Hello, Broncos fans. Big news is brewing behind the scenes at the Denver Broncos, and I'm here to share all the details with you. But first, if you've been a Broncos fan for over 15 years, give this video a big thumbs up. You guys are legends, and I appreciate every one of you. Now, let me ask you something. Should Bo Nix stay with the Broncos in 2025? If you think so, type, "Stay Bo Nix" in the comments. If not, type, "We need a better QB." Sean Payton's team raised our hopes last season, coming so close in the playoffs. This offseason, though, things are heating up even more. One of the biggest stories? David Shaw might be leaving the Broncos. Shaw has been a key part of the team, helping find college players who perfectly match Sean Payton's vision. His skills in spotting talent are top-notch. At Stanford, he was amazing at finding players who excel both on the field and in the classroom. But now, the Chicago Bears are interested in him. They might want Shaw as their offensive coordinator. If David Shaw does leave, it would be a big loss for the Broncos. Shaw has been working hard all season, planning the team's free agency and recruiting strategies. His efforts are key as the offseason heats up. But wait, there's more. The Chicago Bears are also interested in Dean Doy, the Broncos' tight ends coach. Losing Doy could hurt the team even more, especially since Denver's tight ends have struggled badly in the last 2 seasons. By almost every measure, targets, catches, first downs, and overall impact, the Broncos' tight ends are near the bottom of the league. If Doy goes to Chicago, Denver would need to fix 2 problems: finding talented tight ends and hiring someone new to coach them. And that's not all. Chris Banjo, who's part of Sean Payton's coaching group, is being considered for a special teams coordinator role with the Dallas Cowboys and maybe even the New York Jets. Meanwhile, quarterbacks coach Davis Webb is gaining a lot of attention around the league. There are even rumors linking him to the New York Giants. Webb has been praised for how much he's helped Denver's quarterbacks improve and grow. If he leaves, it could have a big impact on the team. The fact that other teams are going after Broncos staff shows just how talented Sean Payton's team is. But it also brings up a tough question. Can the Broncos keep moving forward with so many changes happening? Losing Darren Muge, the former assistant general manager, was already a big blow. He left to join the New York Jets, and his departure means less stability in Denver's front office. Now, with Shaw, Doy, Banjo, and Webb possibly leaving too, it's clear that the Broncos are facing a tough challenge at a critical time. These changes will put even more pressure on Sean Payton and the remaining leadership to get the NFL draft right. Fans are already buzzing about how the team plans to fill their roster gaps. Daniel Jeremiah's latest mock draft has stirred up quite a debate. He predicts that Denver will use their first-round pick to select a safety. While this safety has incredible physical skills, many Broncos fans think it would be the wrong move. The Broncos already have decent players in the secondary, so most fans agree their biggest need isn't there. It's at tight end. The stats don't lie. In 2023, Denver's tight ends were among the worst in the league for targets, catches, and first down conversions. For a Sean Payton team, this is shocking. Payton has a history of coaching incredible tight ends like Jeremy Shockey, Jimmy Graham, and even Dan Campbell. Tight ends have always been a key part of his offensive strategy, so it's clear how important this position is to him. Now, fans are urging the Broncos to make tight end their top priority in the draft. 2 names being talked about are Colston Loveland and Tyler Warren. Loveland, especially, has caught everyone's eye for his ability to make big plays as a pass catcher. Getting someone like him could completely change Denver's offense. But there's a catch. To draft a player of Loveland's caliber, the Broncos might need to trade up. That means taking risks and possibly giving up future draft picks. Right now, the Broncos are at a turning point. The decisions they make in the draft could shape their future in a big way. The next few weeks and months will show whether the Broncos can stay strong and build on Sean Payton's foundation, or if losing key staff will slow them down. One thing is clear: Broncos fans are passionate and want answers. So, Broncos country, what's your take? How should the team handle the possible losses of key staff like David Shaw and Dean Doy? And in the draft, should the Broncos focus on getting a top tight end? Or do you think there's another position that's more important? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Right now, the Broncos are at a key moment in their rebuild under Sean Payton. The staff they lose, or keep, this offseason could decide if the team makes a big comeback or struggles to stay competitive in the tough AFC West. The potential departures of Shaw, Doy, and others are more than just bad timing. They could disrupt the progress the team is trying to make. But here's the bright side. The fact that so many Broncos staff members are being noticed by other teams says a lot about the talent Payton has brought together. Let's talk more about David Shaw. His role as a scout and evaluator is a big part of Denver's off-season plans, especially with the draft coming up. Shaw's success at Stanford proves he knows how to find the right talent and build strong teams under challenging conditions. If he goes to Chicago, it would be a big loss for Denver. But the Broncos' culture clearly stands out. It's creating professionals that the NFL values highly. And Shaw isn't the only one being noticed. Dean Doy, the tight end's coach, is also on the Bears' radar. Dean Doy's situation is especially interesting because it shines a light on one of the Broncos' biggest problems, the tight end group. As mentioned earlier, this is the weakest position on the team, and it's no surprise that the coach leading this struggling unit is now being interviewed by other teams. If the Bears hire Doy, it will make fixing this position an even bigger priority for Denver. The timing makes this even more challenging. The NFL draft is just around the corner, and the Broncos can't afford to miss on their early picks. While some analysts, like Daniel Jeremiah, think Denver might pick a safety early, most fans and experts believe drafting a tight end would have the biggest impact right away. Sean Payton's history of working with great tight ends and the Broncos' need at this position make it an easy decision. A player like Colston Loveland could be a game-changer for years, but the Broncos would need to make bold moves to secure him in the draft. Trading up is an option, but it's risky for a team that still has other gaps to fill. If Denver gets it right, though, they could solve a major issue and show everyone, fans and the league, that they're ready to take the next step. At the same time, there are growing concerns about Davis Webb. Webb has been key in helping the Broncos quarterbacks improve, especially the younger players. If the New York Giants manage to hire him, it would leave a big hole in the coaching staff. His work has been crucial, and losing him could make it harder for the team to stay consistent at the quarterback position. We can't forget about Chris Banjo, another important figure who might be leaving. The Broncos' special teams have been a weak spot in recent years, but Banjo's leadership has been one of the few bright spots. The fact that teams like the Dallas Cowboys and New York Jets are interested in him shows just how valuable he has been. If Denver loses Banjo, it could cause problems for an area of the team that has already been struggling for too long. Now, it's time for you, Broncos country, to weigh in. What do you think about all of this? Do you believe the Broncos can handle these potential staff losses? Should the team prioritize drafting a tight end, or are there other positions that need more attention? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates as the off-season drama continues. This is shaping up to be one of the most important times in Broncos history, and we'll be here to cover it all, step by step. Let's ride!